Hey Taurus, welcome to your love and relationships reading. We're going to be getting some insight about you and your person, present situation, kind of the foundation at hand, and going into the future. Keep in mind, of course, you make your own futures. Do not make these cards try to fit. Don't try to wedge yourself into the meaning. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. And I totally suggest that you check out your moon and your rising sign. Cross watchers, welcome. We're going to start with an oracle reading, these two decks right here, and then we'll move on to tarot. Please like and subscribe if this resonates, especially. It helps the channel so much because it kicks it up in the algorithm. More people can see it. All right, so which Taurus are we speaking to? Please make it clear, Spirit. Divine timing. I'll read just a little bit about this, just a tiny bit. Nobody wants to hear from the book too long. Divine providence always delivers what we need, when we need it, and for our highest good. The responsibility lies with each individual to adapt accordingly, ask for the necessary understanding of why things are as they are, and for any gifts or benefits hidden within the seeming disruption. If you wonder how divine timing plays a part in your life, reflect on how seemingly unplanned synchronicities have molded your reality today. Consider how unseen forces and connections have led you to this point in your life and in your spiritual development. Nice. I like that. All right, now we're gonna get one from the Romance Angels deck. You guys can look in the description below, and I do have a list of all the decks that I use. We have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from you. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I wouldn't be surprised if we got the World card. All right, so we've pre-shuffled all these cards, but just one more for good measure. Which Taurus am I talking about? So I'm going to get some cards about you, Taurus. We're going to wait for a couple of them to fall out so that we can really zone in on the meaning, because each card has got its own, a bunch of different meanings, but they clarify as we get more cards on the table. Okay, Queen of Cups. This is compassionate character, a nurturing character. We've got Queen of Rods. Interesting. Huh. I feel that this is both your energies, Queen of Rods and Queen of Cups. There's two different sides to the Taurus that I'm speaking with. And for some reason, they are being, their attention is being brought to these two sides. There's the nurturing side that is compassionate, feeling, makes decisions from their heart. They're a little more lenient with people because they've got empathy and they're feeling, and they listen to their feelings, and sensitive, and they value their sensitivity. And then we have another side of the Taurus that I'm speaking to, and this is the Queen of Rods side. And of course, keep in mind, these cards they're not actually affiliated with specific sexes, So old tarot goes back to the 14th century. So, there was kings and queens and all that in the cards, but you know what I mean. So the energy of the Queen of Rods is much more forward, fiery, confident, very attractive. Both of these characters are incredibly attractive, right? On the outside usually, and attractive, their spirits are attractive. The confidence of the Queen of Rods is so attractive to others, and they run on their instincts, and whereas the Queen of Cups is attractive because of their sensitivities, and it's a feminine energy. So yeah, you're interesting. You're coming up with a Four of Swords, and it's like, I think you're aware of these two sides of your personality. The Hierophant, the world of commitments. This is institutions. For some of you, this is going to be marriage. And this is institutions, belief systems, and it represents commitments. Let's get some clarity on who your partner is and information about Where are they at? What messages do we need to know about your partner? Thank you, Taurus. And this could be just your person. You know, I really need to clarify that this doesn't need to be somebody you're married to. This doesn't need to be somebody that you consider yourself fully in a relationship. But this is somebody who occupies a lot of your free time. You're thinking about them, you know? And they could be a partner or not. This individual is kind of in a self-empowered place. There was a hard ending in their life. It was a very hard ending, and they triumphed over it. It started them on a brand new journey. And so that journey, there's basically room made, you know, after this ending that kind of rattled them. There's a sense of confidence and newly found confidence in their identity, because they've learned to triumph over those adversities that can take you down, and they lived through it. Interesting. So the current circumstance between you two, what is the current situation? All right. Yeah, and your partner is really focused on this new journey with the Fool coming out with them. It looks as though we've got 8 of Cups. That's somebody leaving something that they poured a lot of time and energy into for greener pastures. This is the withdrawal of energy. The 4 of Pentacles, kind of, this could literally be saving up money in some cases. This is also kind of withdrawing one's energy and resources, you know. So it feels that we're talking about there is this, the 9 of Pentacles is somebody who's single and enjoys being single. For some of you guys, this is going to be something that both of you guys relate on. You relate on this experience of withdrawing one's energy and saving it for yourself, basically, and becoming really good with being single. You know, there's certain aspects of this that, like, nothing else really compares to. It's like when you realize that it's quite fun to travel alone, because you can pick up and leave and get on a train or a flight anywhere, and you don't have to ask anybody else if they're cool with it. But you guys have this in common somehow. You guys are connecting over having left something, leaving something, facing greener pastures, keeping your resources, drawing in your energy and resources for yourselves. I'd like a card to represent the foundation of this relationship, whatever it might be for Taurus. Okay, whatever it might be for Taurus. Foundation. Flipping in the deck is the 5 of Cups. A sense of disappointment, but we're only going to take that as a footnote. Foundation, thank you. Got a couple of cards. Your energy, I feel that you guys have some, I feel like you guys have some things that in common that brought you together. It was kind of the darker side of your histories that brought you guys together. But there was the beauty of the darker side of feeling the sense of abandonment and feeling the anxiety or worry at night around, you know, feeling that abandonment or being single, is you gained perspective. You grew from that experience. What you guys have in common as well is that it slowed your energy. Like, nobody wants to be rejected. So both of you guys, the energy between you is quite slow because it's careful. With the Knight of Pentacles being kind of an energy that is analytical, a little more analytical, it is slow, it's responsible, and it's careful. It kind of like he's the only knight in the entire deck on a horse that is not moving, and it's because he's looking out towards the landscape, and he's in the classic Rider-Waite. Of course, with the Morgan-Greer deck, you can't really see the horse, but He's looking out at the landscape and he's sussing it out. He's looking out for the potholes, the twists and turns. He doesn't want his horse to break an ankle. He doesn't want to fall off the horse. So it's important to know that this is an energy that is, you know, that you guys both identify with, and you guys are somehow being brought together, or can relate on some of that harder stuff in your histories. Is the perspective you were given from that hardship is something you guys can both relate on. Anyway, let's go forward into the future. What's between you and this person? Between you and this person. Going forward in the future between you and this person. You know, I'm getting some insight right now about your list of cards right now. Page of Cups turning upside down into the deck. I'm not going to read reversals, but I just want to make a note that Page of Cups turned Temperance. It's occurring to me that these two parts of you, the sensitive part and then the confident, fiery part, they're both popping up because somehow this person brings them out in you. You're observing that this person brings out a side of you that you don't often see. What you bring out in them is almost the incentive for this new journey. You know, it's rounding out the edge of this experience that they had previous, which was that Ten of Swords, that hard ending, something that rocked them. You know, the work they did on their own was, and they still are, is fighting doubts regarding this union with you or regarding this relationship that you guys have going on. There are insecurities that pop up with the Seven of Wands over here underneath the Five of Pentacles. There are insecurities that pop up. There's the what ifs, but this person, it's really worth it to them just to find out what happens. They're willing to risk it all. They're willing to challenge with the Knight of Pentacles, even though that's a slower energy and it's more careful. They're willing to send their knight out towards you. All right, into the future, we've got Temperance popping out. We've got the Chariot. Yeah, interesting. I'm going to get from another deck. This is already pre-shuffled. I'll do one more. A little bit of clarity. I do think that this person is different from you, but you can relate on these important things in the future for Taurus and their person. Taurus and their person. Reciprocity. This is really beautiful, you guys. Taurus and their person. Ace of Swords, fresh communication, new messages coming in the future. This person. All right. Why are we getting this Four of Cups? What is this Four of Cups in the future for Taurus and this person? Please make it clear, Spirit. We're getting Four of Cups. Thank you. All right. Why are we getting Four of Cups? Lover's card was trying to flip over. Just making a note. Page of Swords. Four of Cups. Where are we doing this for? Tell us more about the Four of Cups. Thank you. You know, going forward with this person, there's this transformation that happens. You know, even though they're different from you, you guys are going to go quite a ways into this relationship with one another. And it's all for the transformation that needs to happen. To reiterate, for you, the transformation is getting acquainted with another side of you. If you guys relate more to the Queen of Rods, the personality, the fiery, go-getter, confident, ambitious, social energy of the Queen of Rods, then it's going to mean you're going to get a chance. This person is giving you a chance to get to know the more sensitive, feeling, compassionate, possibly creative side of you. They're like triggering those things. If it's flipped and you see yourself as the Queen of Cups, because we're talking to a lot of Taurus out there, okay? So trying to make it a little bit more broad than a personal reading. Queen of Cups. If you identify for some reason to the more sensitive side aspects of your personality. This person is giving you an opportunity to see the other side. They're triggering the other side. You know, there's a balancing. It kind of throws you deep into thought. It throws you into, with this person. Like, you know, because things are different and you don't know why. But you feel safe with them, with a Hierophant. You know, the Hierophant's coming up for I wonder where the Hierophant is coming up. Why is the Hierophant coming up for Taurus? Why is the Hierophant coming up? Tell us more about the Hierophant. This feels very much interesting. Quick communications around. Interesting. So we definitely have King of Swords. There's decisions made, communicated around belief systems, for sure. And I think about the keep an open mind card, where it says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And the Hierophant ruling over, you know, institutions, marriage, but most, like, really at its foundation, it's belief systems and commitments. So you do have, there's like this quick communication around, like, with the King of Swords, making a decision, cutting things out, making a decision, feeling more solidified in your decisions and your viewpoints. Interesting. Yeah, so, and then just to launch back into what I was saying, is that you are giving them this transformation that you're going towards in the future. You guys are taking the duality of a situation, even though there might be challenges in this union. You have the feeling that you need to go forward with the Chariot. This energy is very forward moving. It's a quick energy, and it's a kind of a forceful energy. So there's this almost magnetism, like it's like pulling you guys forward on this journey together. And I think it's for that transformation, the balancing for you guys. This is a big balancing that you guys are gifting each other. Is, you know, after this hard ending, you're helping this person start again. You're helping them gain confidence in themselves. You know, they're going to be having victory over that. They currently are having victory over that. There is a very independent energy between you guys with this. It's like neither, with the Four of Pentacles here, neither of you guys, and with the Knight of Pentacles, that slow energy, the careful energy, neither of you guys want to sacrifice too much energy and feel depleted, because that's going to mess up the scales, the balances, the sense of reciprocity. Your first and foremost commitment is to yourselves, and that's what you guys have in common with one another. So we get to reciprocity down here, you know, and we have coming out with that information. It seems that you guys, you know, Ace of Swords, you guys get better and better at communicating about this. You guys are opening up and talking about what you have in common and laying out boundaries and kind of what your priorities are. There is an offer here that someone doesn't take. And there might be a little bit of a third party situation occurring, where somebody else is moving on in, that it looks very attractive. And I think that you guys are open about that as well. And then there might be a decision that one has to make between these people. I feel that this is your energy. I feel that somebody might be coming on in, who is new, who is different. Now, for a few of you guys, no, I think it's somebody who sees you very attractive on the side, and they come galloping in, and they, you know, they're making an offering. So somebody's offer gets denied here. I think that there's a little bit of confusion and difficulty making a choice. Queen of Swords. So somebody does get cut out. That choice is going to be made. I mean, in the end, I hate to sound like this, but, you know, and yep, you got Four of Swords again. So yeah, one sec. Four of Swords. Yeah, it's like you are it's going to be hard to make that decision, but you can't play the game of like what ifs, right? You have to move forward and know that regardless of whether or not you choose to be with this person, Taurus, for the long term, or whether you choose to that knight who's riding in over here, who looks very attractive, by the way. Regardless of which choice, it's really important to make the note that this person it's already been illustrated what a gift your union has been, and vice versa. You guys are helping each other balance one another. You know, you getting balanced with your insides, with your emotional insides, with the different sides of your personality, with your belief systems, and this other person getting balanced in their fear of moving forward and starting a new journey. So it's such a gift, and you guys relate to each other so deeply on your independence, what you're willing to give up, what you're not willing to give up. There's a very good chance that a lot of you guys are going to be choosing this person. There's a very good chance that a lot of you guys are going to be choosing this knight, you know, oops, right here, this Knight of Wands, who has more fiery, aggressive energy, a youthful energy. They're pursuing you. That's going to be happening in the future. So it all looks fascinating. It is all about timing, you know, it is all about timing, and consider the synchronicities, that there are things that happen for a reason. Feel free to please leave a comment in the box below. I love to hear about you guys' lives, what you're going through, how it works into the reading, and like and subscribe. I will see you very soon. Bye.